never ran into this before, so.
Right. Well, it states it right here that, and I can refilm you as a public official because this is funded by our tax dollars.
Sure.
In the course of your duties. I can even ask you your name, and you have to give it, but I'm not going to be like that. I originally came here for this, and I was documenting it before
for
for
sure.
prosperity.
I totally understand.
But then
hopefully it's
when
cleaned
I'm
up.
told that I can't do something, I'm going to press the issue and say, when I know by law I'm protected,
For sure.
that I'm not going to walk away and say, okay, I'm bow down to you because you said so.
Yeah.
I have the right. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a First
I
Amendment
totally
constitutionally protected act.
Yeah.
Did you know that the most famous film in the world was filmed by a private citizen?
No.
And, well, if you're going to look back in history, the assassination of JFK was a private citizen
That
footage.
one? Yeah.
So if a cop come up or security guard come up and said, you can't be filming here, that footage had never been taking place.
Yeah.
And it is our constitutional right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to go back downstairs and hopefully wait and see if the police are going to arrive. All right, everybody. I'm at the Des Moines Public Library. I was getting copies of the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Protective Services, report number HQORO02002, 2018, revised, about the laws and rules about public photography. Security guard told me I wasn't allowed to film in the public library, but according to the Constitution, I am. So it's just waiting to see. No, go ahead, sir. No. Huh. Interesting. Excuse me, ma'am. When you get a chance, I don't know, the security guard told me he was going to call the cops on me.
Well, you are not allowed to film in our building.
Well,
It's one of our policies. And so
policy-
since you declined not to stop
Well,
filming, then
is he
that's
calling?
a choice.
Is he calling the police? If he is, I'm staying and make sure I don't take off if they're coming.
Yes, he did.
Okay, well then in a public access area, I have every right to film according to the First Amendment.
You don't.
Policy
In the
does not
building,
trump
it's our
law, ma'am.
policy.
Okay, I
You
got
can
a piece.
discuss it with the gentleman when he
All
gets
right,
here.
that's fine. And then you'll get a free education today about your First Amendments. All right, I guess the police were called, so I'm going to have to stick around. This is Dragon T with Dragonfire News. I'm waiting to see what the police have to say about public photography and the fact that it is a constitutionally protected act, a lawfully protected act. Alright guys, like I said, Dragon Tea, it's Des Moines Library, exercising my right to public photography. The security guard called the cops on me. I keeps walking away, so I don't really want to follow him and get too into his face, but let's go back over here. Different area. And there he is. He's sitting at his desk. Let's get a close-up of him. Butthurt security guard here in a bit. I guess I should back up so I'm not blocking the pathway. Sorry, Becky. I don't want to be talking on my phone downtown. How you doing, officer? What? I didn't get an argument with him. He just told me I couldn't film in here, and I came to get something to where I can fit. But this is the Department of Homeland Security. Basically states that you can do public photography on federal facilities as long as you're in a publicly accessible area. And if I can film federal facilities, why can't I film inside the public library, where I'm publicly accessible? Public photography is not considered a criminal.
I think you're making people feel uncomfortable.
Well, I didn't come in here to make people. I came in to buy this. But when he told me he was calling the cops, I figured instead of running, I'd stay and make sure everything was okay. But it is a lawfully protected act.
Are you leaving?
No, well, as soon as you explain to him that I can do it, and that I'm not being pushed off the property, that you can't make me leave because I'm not. If they're feeling uncomfortable, doesn't trump my rights, officer.
No, I know.
So if I can film in here, if I can film federal facilities and exteriors from the public accessible area, I can film a library from a publicly accessible area.
I hear you.
So their policy does not trump law.
Yeah, but you just came here to get this?
Yeah, that's what I came here with a purpose. And when he was up there at the counter, he was telling me that I needed to leave and turn off my camera, and I said no.
Okay.
So it's all on video. It's all recorded. And as far as he can't do that. He can't tell me I can't record in here. And that's what the point I wanted to make sure he understands. Regardless of what their policy is, by law, I have every right to. because it is a First Amendment protected activity. You understand that?
I'm not going to deny you any right, okay?
Okay.
You understand that?
All right, thank you.
All right.
But-
Were you sticking around or something?
I am now for just to prove a point that I can, because I can't be trespassed from a public property for doing a publicly protected activity.
That's where you can't be trespassed. I want to figure out what's going on, okay?
Well, yeah, but if you explain to him that I can do it, and he apologizes to me for telling me I can't, then I'll leave peacefully. But he has to do it on film. Otherwise, I'm not going to leave. So I tell him he can apologize to me and tell me that he was wrong, regardless if it's their policy. It is my First Amendment act. Publicly.
Did you catch my name?
Huh? No, I did not. What is your name, officer?
Mike.
Excuse me?
Mike.
And your badge number is?
5248.
5248. Okay, officer.
Just I'm talking. Can I have your name? Just I'm talking.
No, sir, I don't have to
Your
provide.
first name, not your last name. Just your first name.
Go ahead and address me as Dragon T.
Dragon T.
Dragon T. Yes, sir.
All right, Dragon T, and I will call you back, okay?
Okay. Well, tell him if he apologizes to me and tell me I'll leave peacefully. But if otherwise, I'm going to stay for a little while longer. Thank you. All right, everybody. The officer is going to address the security guard to tell him that it is okay, that it is legally possible to film in public. And if he comes over and apologizes to me and tell me that I had to quit filming, I'll leave peacefully. But otherwise, I'm going to stick around for a while just to prove a point, because it is a constitutionally protected activity. And I do not have to. It looks like I got a couple officers that know the law and that are explaining to them over there, and I'm respecting their bounds, but no, I just came here to get this memo from the sent down by Department of Homeland Security. So I did have a reason to be here, and then told that I can't film. So I was trying to document the purpose of me coming here with my film, and then being told that I can't film. The whole purpose of me coming here is for the filming. So why would I back down? All right, guys, everybody, this is Dragonfire News, Des Moines Public Library, educating the public staff on their First Amendment rights. Yes, sir. My first encounter, going very well so far. The officer identified as soon as he was able to. As soon as he should have. And I just told him to identify me as Dragon T. Like I said, if the security guard comes over and apologizes to me and tells me that it is my right to film and that I was okay in doing so, he was in violation and he apologizes, I'll leave. I don't have no reason to be here other than to get this and go. But this is the main reason I came for, and to be told that I can't for documentary prosperity, I'm going to stand my grounds. Oh, don't block your camera, Don. Yeah, Dragon T is what I'm.
So, you're okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, but here's the thing then.
No.
So if people ask you to leave them alone, I leave them alone.
I haven't bothered anybody.
I don't know. I'm not accusing you
No,
of
I
anything.
know, I understand.
You've been cool with me.
Okay.
I'll be cool with you.
Thank you very much, officer. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
What was your name and badge number again? Because we are going to have
Officer.
everybody give you props because you're a good officer. You've been very.
Michael Miller.
Michael Miller, everybody,
5248.
Des Moines PD. He's a good guy. Give him props. Give everybody call the Des Moines Police Department. I'll give out the number later. He's a good cop. Knows what he's doing.
Please, just keep holding me. That's all I ask.
Okay. Well, if he gives me an apology, I'll leave immediately. But if you don't want to apologize, then I'm going to stick around for a little while. Just,
What are you coming to?
news
Like a
purposes.
movie or something?
News. Independent journalist.
What kind of news in the library? I'm just
Well,
curious.
it's about my First Amendment, constitutional
Yeah,
protected
is
act.
that
We're not
news?
denying you.
No, that's
I'm not
that's
telling you.
that
I'm
yes
just
that
asking.
technically,
personally,
basically yes, that's what it's
making a
about.
movie
Well, what I came here for was originally to get this, and if you want to read it, it's a Department of Homeland Security actually the memo about public photography, and that's what my story originally is. I was coming in, documenting, going up and getting the copies of this.
And like I said, we're not judging you. You understand why
No, I
why
have.
people don't like it, right?
Well, yeah,
Like,
but
It
what-
makes new money to me.
what
it's
I
not normal.
Well, but see, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, public photography cannot be considered unnormal or suspicious.
And I agree with you, and I'm not saying that. It's just
Do you ask me?
unwanted attention that you probably don't. You know what I mean? Because
But see,
you want to be filmed.
their feelings don't trump my rights.
And I'm not. I'm
And-
just
Dragon, we're
asking
not-
a question.
Yeah, I understand that, and I appreciate that, and I'm not saying that, but I came down and I was doing it, going up the stairs and going to the counter and purchasing the copies so I had for documentary purposes. He approached me. I didn't approach him. I didn't approach anybody
Well,
else.
she has 100% right to do that also.
Right, he does, and I had no problem with him doing that. So, but when as soon as he told me I couldn't film in here, I have to stay in my grounds and say, hey, look, yes, I can,
The
and to
only time
educate
it
him.
changes is you can't personally harass anybody.
I didn't
or go
harass
and approach them.
I did not.
That's when things change.
I did not, and I haven't.
If you stand back here and you don't bother anybody, you're right. You can film all
And,
day
and
long.
what was your name and badge number
Officer
again?
Peterson. As
Peterson?
soon as you take it to like
I-
approach somebody, then that's when it changes.
And the whole thing is I don't approach people; they approach the camera.
And that's
They
fine.
come to me,
They
and,
can do
and
that.
as soon as they come to me, then I have to, film for documentary and prosperity purposes. So, but you two officers have been great. I will not give you any bad news. You'll be good props for me and everybody else. Everybody.
All right, you have a good
All right,
day.
I'm going to film for a little while longer, then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you. Yes. What's that? I've already walked around the whole park, the sculpture park. I just walked around. Huh? I just walked around. I'm sorry, I'm deaf in my radio too. I walked around the sculpture park already today. So, and like I said, I was just getting ready to leave to head back home, and I wanted to come and get this because
Josh with me. I was just saying, don't spend all your time with that.
it's cooler in here than it is out there. All right, everybody. This is a good pass for the Des Moines PD, but a fail for the public security guard at the Des Moines Public Library. And we're going to stick around for about, I don't know, say 5 or 10 minutes. The cops were real cool, knew exactly how to approach me, de-escalated the situation, made sure it was all proper. And looks good. Like I said, we're going to stick around for a few more minutes and not approach anybody. So we got a couple of people at the Des Moines Public Library got an education today about the First Amendment. And police officers only got my surname would be Dragon T, or would I be addressed as? Anyway, get another 5 or 10 minutes in here, and we'll be on our way. Considering I know what I'm doing. Oh, good thing they won yesterday, right?
I couldn't make the whole thing. I mean, the 6 hours was just too. Plus, yesterday I just got out of the hospital. I've been
Right.
in there for 2 days.
Right.
And I said, if you don't let me out by 3, I'm leaving this place.
All right, and the officers, like I said, are doing a great job. Great job. Did a hell of a job informing everybody. And like I said, I'm trying to keep quiet. We are in a public library. But anyway, success for the Des Moines PD, and a big fail for the Des Moines Public Library. And hopefully they'll be schooled on their policies and understand that policy does not trump law. Well, I'm not gonna leave until the police officers leave because they, regardless if it makes people feel uncomfortable, it doesn't trump my rights. And that's the way I feel. And there is a fine line between what like he's saying, he's telling the harassment. Since I didn't approach anybody, I wasn't being harassing. And nobody's approached me for doing anything that I was doing. Just doing a little bit of narration into my camera. And like I said, this is for prosperity purposes, for people to understand that their rights are there, and if we don't use them, we're going to lose them. And more people are creating policies that they think they can trump law with policy. I'm sorry to say, law does not get trumped by policy. Policies cannot be made to infringe on our constitutionally protected activities. And that's what the library has created and put into in effect, and then try to enforce it on the people. And the people are at the state that they think they just have to obey. They're public servants. They work for us. We don't work for them. They do as we ask, not as they ask of us. And it looks like the police are vacating the premises. As soon as the police vacate the premises, I'm probably going to vacate the premises. Since I did have a purpose here today, I came and bought some copies, which I was wanting to get for so long. Department of Homeland Security. I'm going to walk around a little bit real quick. Do one more pass through before I decide I'm going to leave. People realize that it is not against the law to do public photography. All right, everybody. Like I said, Des Moines PD, good pass. First interaction in Des Moines Public Library for Dragon Tea with Dragonfire News, breathing the uncensored truth. Yeah, I guess we'll walk around for a few more minutes. Oops, excuse me, sir. Let's go back around over here. You scan your book and your library card. Another way of keeping track of you. And we got the mystery section. New fiction. Huh. Alright, we've got about 25 minutes into the video. The police have come and left with no problems. And we're going to do a quick walk around. We got out there, is that the book sale? Okay, yes, those are the sale books for sale. Yeah. We continued on. Nice little library level. Let's go see what the bee is. The honey bee. Bees are 80% responsible for crops, social insects. And then we got adult books. Bees beat their wings 200 times per second. I didn't know that. Neat little thing there. The average honeybee will make only 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its lifetime. That's not very much. There are the 3 kinds of bees in a hive: queen, worker, and drone. All right. And real quick, sir, I didn't get your name for... Oh, sorry, he's on the phone, so I'll leave him alone. But I was going to get his name, get one more good shot of him as I leave. As sit in shame. The sit in shame. Schooled in the... He got burnt by the dragon. Blowing up. All right, we're going to head out the door now. Go outside for a few minutes and get some fresh air. This is the direction we want to go. Yeah, and the police came and explained to the people inside that public photography is not against the law, and everything that I was doing was in my constitutional rights, and they cannot ask me to exit the public library. So, booyah, +1 for the police department, Des Moines, Iowa, and a big fail for the public library. All right, this is Dragon T signing off.